Man, DJ Skillz from the Carolinas, man. The first question I got for you is what inspired you to do what you do? What made you want to be a DJ?
Um, I've been like around music like all my life, mainly. So music is kind of like embedded. Everyone in my family is like musically inclined somehow. Everybody in my family sings, but I'm the only one that was hands-on with instruments. I taught myself how to play drums when I was like 5. Always had cousins around me at DJs, and then I actually just took a real serious interest in it probably by like my 10th grade year in high school. Me at the same time playing sports and everything. I just took a real serious interest in it probably by my 10th, 11th grade year, high school, and got serious with it, and here we are today.
Okay, that's what's up. Um, what are some of your favorite songs to play as far as the party scene goes right now?
It's really no particular. I kind of just roll with the flow. Like I love music. Like I always tell people they like, yo, what's the newest song out, or what moves the crowd. Like one of the things that I think I really pride myself on is just being very musically inclined and versatile. Because I say, people love music. Music comes in all different shapes and forms, and it's not what you play. It's how you play it and you deliver it to the people. They're going to move to it if they know it. It's just all on how you deliver it. So I can't really say I have like a particular song. I just love music, period.
All right. What about local music? Do you always check for maybe some Charlotte rappers or any local rappers in Carolina?
Oh, yeah, I mean, even before I moved out here to Charlotte, I only been here for like 3 years, but before I moved here, that's how I met Royalty. We just put out a project 2 months ago, Voice of Reason, so make sure I go check for that. But I met Royalty while I was living in Atlanta. I was doing A&R work under Kenny Burns while I was living in Atlanta. And that's how I met Royalty. I was actually coming through Charlotte doing the CIAA one week, and I heard him performing. And he like really struck my attention. But I always check for new artists, not just in Charlotte, because I've stayed traveling. So, but I'm originally from South Carolina, so I have like 2 groups that I'm dealing with out there. They're from South Carolina. Nisha the Voice, she's an R&B singer in a rap group called Oxymoron. And out here, I'm working with Royalty. So yeah, I'm definitely always checking for new artists.
Okay. Is there any projects like mixtapes or anything that we can see coming from you soon?
Oh yeah, definitely. Oxymoron has a project coming out, probably be coming out sometime September, titled The Woods. That's their second project to follow up from My Well Smokes Good. Nisha the Voice, this is a second project that I executive produce. This is called Love Chronicles Part 2. That'll be out November this year, 2012. Love Chronicles Part 1. You can look that up on the net, go pick that up. That was our first installment. We on Part 2 right now. So, it's steady working, man. Steady working.
Alright, so what if an artist wanted you to host a mixtape or anything like that? Is there something that they need to do to get in contact with you?
Just send an email, all the information on what it is that you actually want. And just send an email to bookskillsthedj.com. It's Skills with a Z. Bookskillsthedj.com, and we'll handle it as it comes, and try to get everything worked out.
Okay, that's what's up. Now, another question that I gotta ask, man. A lot of local people don't support each other. What do you feel about that, or how that's going?
I'm glad you asked that, because I get asked this question all the time. I'm from South Carolina, so everybody in the Carolina story is the same. Lived in Atlanta for 4 years, worked in the industry, rubbed elbows with the who's who and everything. One of my biggest things that I see a lot of Carolina artists, and they try to be like Atlanta or whatever, like we have our own style here. One thing that I heard when I was in Atlanta from the industry people, when I asked them what are their intake on Carolina artists, the first thing that they say is they try to copy what we do down here. They don't have their own identity. And I've been a big advocate of that. Any artist that I run into, they'll tell you that. I tell them, be yourself. Don't follow what's on radio, what's on TV. You looking for that overnight success? Yeah, that's what you do. If you want to be around for a long while or for a long time, establish yourself, create your own style, and run with it. It may take a longer process, but it's going to be yours. Nobody will ever be able to take that away from you, and you'll gain a lot more respect opposed to copying and mimicking what somebody else is doing. So I mean, you have to support. I guess to make a long story short, you have to support your backyard before you go anywhere, and it's really and I feel you on that, because you just really never got that here, or just in the Carolinas period. Outside of PD Pablo, Lil Brother, they took off doing anything, but a lot of people didn't support Lil Brother because it wasn't you know, mainstream per se. It had its own style, but they created their own style, and they made their mark in the hip hop game. So that just goes to show you that, you know, do what you believe in, people will eventually follow. They popped in overseas before people actually gravitated to them here in the States, and even in their own backyard in the Carolina. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it goes back to you have to support your own. Like, you can't support a Gotti and a Gucci more than you support somebody in your city that's hot, because that's the only thing that they'll listen. All they need is that push. The same support you give to these mainstream artists, you got to give it back to your local artists, because that's the only way you're going to win. That's the only way you're going to win.
Definitely, man. I feel that 100%. Go ahead, and I like to keep these short and sweet, man. You know, people's attention span really ain't that long. So what I want to do, just throw out your info if you want to, man. Contact info, Twitter or whatever, how somebody can get in contact with you.
All right. Well, you can holler at me. Holler at me on Twitter at Skillz the DJ. That's Skillz with a Z. SKILLZ the DJ. Holler at me on Twitter. My Facebook, DJ Skillz, Next Great American DJ. You can catch me on there. All bookings, book Skillz the DJ at Gmail. Once again, that's Skillz with a Z. And I got a Podomatic page. You want to download free mixes from me. It's skillzdj.podomatic.com. But if you go to hit me on Twitter, I do holler back if you holler. That's how we got this interview popping today, because he reached out and I reached back out to him. So it's all love.
All love.
Yeah, you can holler at me on Twitter, and you'll be directed wherever you need to go.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man. Just give